Hi everyone, welcome to day 31 of our journey with the Celtic Saints, and today is the life of somebody called St Wilfred. St Wilfred lived leading up to what was known as the Great Council of Whitby, and this council was a meeting between the Celtic Church, native Celtic Church we've been looking at, and also the Roman Church as it increased its dominance in Britain, and they had a big council in a place called Whitby under the Abbess Hilda, who's another one of the Celtic saints we've looked at, and the King of Northumberland made a decision as to which party he was going to go with, and in the process chose to go with the Roman Church, and Wilfred was the main key representative of that Roman Church. He'd started out as a Celtic monk and gone to Rome to learn more about his Christian faith, and then on returning he was asked by the bishops who were putting forward the Roman argument to represent them at this great council of Whitby. And so in that sense Wilfred was on the winning side, and as a sort of a thank you for all that he'd done, he was asked to become Archbishop of York, which he eventually did after setting up a community in Ripon, also in Yorkshire, and everything should be then marvellous. But unfortunately he then had various disagreements with the kings of Northumberland and that whole part of the world, and ended up going to and from Rome for many years, trying to ask for the Pope's support in various conversations and discussions and disputes that he had. And he spent a lot of time away from his bishopric, for want of a better word, the place of his home. And he was only able to return for the last few years of his life, and eventually passed away in Ripon. And so why do we remember him as one of these Celtic saints? Well, I think one of the reasons is that he represents so many people who have got involved in church life, whether that be at a local level by sitting on church councils, or whether it be representing the church at a diocesan level, or even at a national level or international level. And it's so easy to get caught up in all the business and the politics of it all, whether within the church or between the church and the state. And it's a highly charged atmosphere, and you can win some arguments and you can lose some, as we obviously discover with Wilfred. But eventually he came home. He came home not only to his bishop's see, his seat in York. He came home to himself and to his personal relationship with God. And eventually, of course, that's what happens to all of us, whether we be a member of a local church, or whether we be a bishop, or whoever we may be. Eventually we come back to that one-on-one relationship with God, and Wilfred for me stands for that journey that we can all be involved with in many different ways, whether that be in the church or further afield in wider life. And of course, ultimately it's our prayer life that really matters, and that oneness with God that we speak about so much, and indeed try to find the time and the space to share. And I love the passage of scripture that's set for today, because this is almost Wilfred's own testimony back to us of what he discovered. It comes from a translation of Psalm 25, various verses from it, and it says this: "Show me your ways, O Yahweh, teach me your paths. Guide me in your truth and teach me, for you are the God of my salvation. I wait for you all the day long. Yahweh, remember your tender mercies and your loving kindness, for they are from old times. Don't remember the sins of my youth, nor my transgressions. Remember me according to your loving kindness, for your goodness' sake, O Yahweh. Good and upright are you, and therefore you will instruct me in your way. You will guide the humble in justice, and you will teach the humble in your way. All the paths of Yahweh are loving kindness and truth. to such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. For your name's sake, pardon my iniquity, for it is great. What man is he who fears God? He shall instruct him in the ways that he shall choose. His soul shall dwell at ease, and his offspring shall inherit the land. The friendship of Yahweh is with those who respect and love him, and he will show them and share with them his covenant. Beautiful, beautiful words from David himself, someone who spent a lot of time between church and politics and faith, and returned eventually to his faith. So have a good rest of the day. Remember St Wilfred, pray for all those involved in church politics and working between politics and faith, and may God be with you. Have a good rest of the day. Bye for now.